What's up, guys? NottheWinner here, and I'm here to talk to you guys about gear and also why legendaries are kind of worse than most rares in many cases. A lot of the legendaries I've run into, you get pure stats, resistance on them. I'm not getting my skills on them, though. If you notice this legendary, it was upgraded from a rare. A lot of the rares I'm receiving, they're happening to have different abilities on them that are beneficial to me that I'm going to need. And you'll notice, like, for those ones I don't have anything. For this one it's +1 mastery all skills, which is great. But a lot of these legendaries don't have abilities on them. So this is another one that I've upgraded here. +1 rank of lightning spear, just added the barrier adjustment to it just because it's a nice little boon. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find rares that are going to give you buffs to different abilities. And when you get, like, say, like +1 rank this, +1 rank this, make sure it's abilities that you actually plan to use. Add those items on and then upgrade them by adding on different aspects to legendaries. That is the best way to get stronger in this game and really achieve like your true maximum power. um, if you guys are struggling to kill things at all, then just keep on finding gear, keep grinding. Once you reach a certain level, you're going to start finding gear with all sorts of like actual abilities on it. And this is where it's going to get really interesting, because when we have these abilities and we're adding additional things to make them legendary, yes, true legendaries might have additional affixes on them that you might not normally get, but if they're not getting the actual skill levels, they're always going to be weaker than these rare items. Now, we know that set items will eventually come to the game. I don't think they're going to be set items like Diablo 3. I think it's going to be very much like Diablo 2's set items, where the sets do give you a nice boon, but it's not forcing you to only use one ability, and that's like you're forced. This is your build now because you have the set. That was one of the most frustrating things about Diablo 3. It just made it so like one track mind, so boring in a sense. Like, very fun game, but Diablo 2 just had so much more depth to it compared to 3. And I think 4 is going down that route again. So the gearing as we get later in the game is going to be very interesting, because we might be getting +2 or +3 to an ability, in which case we may only want to put 2 points in that ability, or do we want to go over cap? And that way our damage output's insane with that ability. I remember back in the day, you would get like 20 on your Frozen Orb or your Blizzard or whatever ability, and then you'd have all sorts of different items that you'd equip to get yourself up to basically like 40 in that ability. And when it was up there, the damage you were dealing from that ability was absolutely insane. So I'm very, very excited to see that coming back, and actually our abilities playing a huge focus here. And then all the Paragon stuff that I've seen to advance us later is going to make us insanely strong, especially if we're boosting the right abilities. So yeah, guys, as far as gear goes, focus on your rares, focus on leveling up to a point where your rares are at a new tier where you're earning actual ranks and things, and maybe just keep progressing in the story. I've completed the story on this character. It's level 23, so obviously I have all the advantages I could possibly have at the moment, and I still don't have a mount. So that's a little sad. But for those of you guys who are still trying to figure it out, don't, well, like, legendaries are fantastic. Like, be amazed when you get your legendaries, because they're gonna be really OP like when you first get them. But once you reach the end of this little beta, you're gonna notice that a lot of rares are more powerful, and you can buff those up to basically be legendaries. And at that point, you're really gonna find yourself that OP build. If this video was helpful to you guys figuring out what you guys need to do with your gear, let me know in the comments down below. If it didn't help, also let me know in the comments down below, so I can keep improving on the videos that I provide you guys. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed Diablo 4 so far.